Good afternoon, good day. So we're going to proceed Barron's essential words for the IELTS, Unit 2, Leisure Text 2. So history of the circus. On the left hand side we have text, on the right hand side we have questions related to this text. Let's read the task. Do the following describe the ancient circus, the modern circus, or both? Write the correct letters A, B, or C. So they are listed here, and further we have 4 questions. So first one says had animal exhibits. Let's highlight keywords, it's animal exhibits, and try to find in the text something related to the animals. So let's review first paragraph. We don't animal trainers, but it doesn't say about animals, it says about trainers. So let's go further. We can find also some words related to the animals, and this is in the sentence where we can find the word animals and the exhibits. Let's highlight these words and let's try to find what exactly this says, because also we found keywords, but it doesn't mean that we found answer. So we have to read this sentence. Other events held at the Circus Maximus included gladiator fights and exhibits of exotic animals such as elephants and tigers. These entertainments were less common than chariot races, but still very popular. Still very popular is the basic answer to our question, because it means that it was popular in the ancient circus and it's still popular nowadays in the modern circus. It means that answer to the first question will be C, both. So let's review the second question. Entertained spectators with races. Let's highlight the words it means. Spectators and races. So let's try to find something related to spectators. So we see here spectator sport is highlighted, and entertainment, for public entertainment. So let's read this sentence. Around the 6th century, the Circus Maximus was founded in Rome as a venue for public entertainment, mostly chariot races, which were a popular spectator sport. This is a key word here is spectator sport, and it was like a public entertainment, for public entertainment. We can highlight these keywords, but still couldn't find answers. So here, in the text, you can see that it's 6th century. It's not nowadays. It was popular for that time, which were popular. It's also past simple, and we have to know that it was in the past, but it's not nowadays. And the answer to the second question will be A, ancient circus. So as you can see here, they don't keep order. It's a little bit confusing, because we know that in the IELTS exam usually they keep order, but when you see that answers and questions, the answer to the questions doesn't keep order, it's a little bit confusing. So, but anyways, let's review the third question. Entertainment included failing of horses. So failing of horses, this is a, oh my god, terrible, but let's try to find this information here. Something about horses, this word basically doesn't have any synonyms, that's why we will try to find exact the word horses, because we have to find answer to this question. So anyway, let's review. So in the following paragraph we don't have any information about horses. Let's review for further. We have here something about riding on horses. Let's highlight these words and just to read the sentence. So he was a skilled rider who invented stunt riding on horseback. What exactly he meant? Also, So basically here we are reading this sentence and we don't know who is he, and let's try to find here information in this paragraph. England was one of the first nations to embrace the modern circus during the late 17 Here about this guy information, and he was a founder of modern circus. That it means that this information was this action was happened in the modern circus. So basically answer to the fourth question will be answer to the third question, sorry, will be B, because he invited all of this stunt riding on horseback in 1700 years, and at that time it was like he was considered as a founder of the modern circus. So the answer to the third question will be B, modern circus. Let's go further. First question took place in a massive venue. Let's highlight the word massive venue. As I told before, there is no order, so in case we scan below, we can't find any information about massive or spacious, great, or something like that. We can't find this information here. It doesn't say anything about massive venue. Let's go back and try to find this information somewhere in the text. So here we have the word massive. Marble stadium, it's basically massive venue, it's a synonym, so let's try to find this information, the meaning of the sentence. By the head of the Roman Empire, it had gone through several renovations and had become a massive marble stadium that could seat more than 200,000 spectators. It was about their Circus Maximum venue was built entirely of wood. So this is information about Circus Maximus. So it was at the time of Roman Empire, so it doesn't exist nowadays. So it's information related to the ancient circus. So answer to the first question will be the ancient circus A. Let's go to the fifth question. This is a text, and here we can highlight. This is first question. The Circus Maximus. Let's highlight this Maximus. Was not popular place to visit. That was not popular. Let's highlight this word. Developed during the Dark Ages. Went through a number of renovations, and it took place in a portable tent. So about the portable tent information. So in case you know clearly, you don't have to highlight all these keywords because you don't have basically time on that. So let's try to find some information about the Circus Maximus. Here we have this information. This is a Circus Maximus information about this circus in the during the Roman Empire, and there is information that it had gone through several renovations. So basically the same words, but sometimes, usually, mostly in IELTS you can find the same words. So the basically answer to the fifth question will be C. The went through a number of renovations. Let's go further to the sixth question. The court gestures of the Dark Ages usually let's highlight the word dark ages and the court gestures. Sometimes I don't actually understand what exactly this means, but I don't have time to think about that, and I have to find this information in text. Further, I can just to define the meaning of that words by the text, by reading it. So let's try to find some information about dark ages. So here we have some information about dark ages. Let's go further, and we found court gestures. And in the answer, which kind of answer we have? Usually, what exactly they did usually? We skilled animal trainers, had several different talents, performed at village festivals, entertained the common people. Their duty was to provide amusement for the court. They combined the talents of jugglers, mimes, and the clowns. The common people enjoyed the performance of traveling entertainments who went from village to the village, putting on shows during festivals. So it says about a lot of things. So it doesn't. They had a lot of opportunities. So basically, there is information that they just had an ability to combine talents from other people. Combine the talents from other people, and we can just choose from here. This is logically basically had several different talents. So I'm not pretty sure about this answer because it's a little bit weird for me, seriously. But I saw from the key that this is the answer to the 6th question. So my opinion, in IELTS we don't have to meet this kind of question, but in case we meet, we have to sometimes to use our logic, because it could be very complicated to answer to this kind of questions. So let's go to the last question. In the 18th century, the modern circuit was founded by 18th century. So this is basically this kind of question I met during IELTS or in preparation to the IELTS exam. So it's better to review from the numbers which you have in the text, because they never start from the 19th, let's say, after that to 17th or 18th. They every time starts from 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, etc., etc. Here we have information about 18th, early 18th. So popular in Europe it became. So it doesn't say anything about that, but late night, it means that here we have also this information about that founder of the modern circus, and that was, if you remember, he was riding on horseback, and that man just invited that, and he was a founder. And from here we can just find the answer. This is basically the horse rider from England, because modern circus was founded in England. Others are not given in the text. So this is the answer to the last question. So thank you, bye.